It's Pipes Drums, and we are really pleased to have the two leaders of People's Ford, Boghall Bathgate, Caledonia with us. We've got Pipe Major Calum Watson and lead drummer Kerr McQuillan. So thanks very much for taking the time, guys. Really appreciate it.
No,
Pleasure
thanks for
having
having us
on.
on.
Yeah. So we wanted to talk a little bit about the new Cabar Fèidh album, which is just out. It's a big release for the pipe band world, much anticipated from the pre-Worlds concert of last year of the same name. Just want to hear, your personal highlights. Callum, what do you like most about the album?
Um, I think for me, if you were to pick a set, I would probably say the mouth music set towards the end. I think I think certainly the one on the night that the band were quite excited about. Because we've got, all the backing musicians were in on it at the end for the big finale. It's probably the set we spent the most time arranging, and it's probably the one that's maybe a bit more kind of out there in terms of arrangements with other instruments. So yeah, I thought it was the way it came together. Yeah, really pleased with that. And listening back, it's kind of exactly how we hoped it would turn out.
And Kara, what about any standout moments for you?
Definitely, yeah. The mouth music was that kind of finale set where it just brought the night to a close. It was absolutely magnificent with everyone on stage and the sound we managed to create was superb. Something I'll always remember. I think in general though about the concert, specific sets definitely were great, but the way the whole thing was put together, it was more like a show. It was more like telling a story. We did things through. We used a big screen in the concert hall to try and tell the story of the band from old and new, where the band's going, where it's been before, and it was definitely like not your traditional pipe band concert where it was just set to set to set. It was all a journey where we managed to pull everything together. So it was some night. I loved it.
Kara, when you did the Cabaret Fèidh concert, you were in your year as lead drummer of People's Ford, Boghall and Bathgate, Caledonia. And Calum, you're in your first season. Did you see the concert and the recording? Do you see it as a kind of tribute to former pipe major Ross Harvey and former lead drummer Gordon Brown?
So it was definitely a nod to the past for sure, but a lot of new stuff was involved in that concert, and of course, naturally, with the influence that Gordon had on myself, and of course Ross had in the band, there was loads of elements of those guys and previous leaders of the band involved in the concert as well. But it was more to do with myself, Callum, Emma, Chris, Ross all working together, current people in the band of where we want the band to move forward. So it was a real mix of both the old and the new.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I think we spent a significant amount of time, certainly around my dining table in the house, going back and forward about how we wanted to get a good mix in there. Obviously, the trio fanfare was there and the big road brusher was played, so definitely it was definitely a nod to the past and where the bands came from. But yeah, as Ker's just mentioned, and as I kind of mentioned with the mouth music, trying to push the boundaries a little bit as well and do stuff with other musicians, just try and get a bit of something for everyone. And I think certainly from all the feedback, it seems to have come across well.
Good stuff. And, pipe band albums in general are becoming kind of rare these days. The ones that do come out are pretty much, well, for the last long time, kind of pretty much recorded live. How difficult is it to put out a professional quality commercial recording these days for a pipe band?
The short answer to that is very, as we've discovered. The quality of recording that people expect these days. Everyone's got top of the range headphones and technology's moved on so much that it costs a small fortune. I mean, I think anyone can dig out the crowdfunding how much we raised, and I think the band's still making a bit of a loss on it. But even like behind the scenes with, the way we used like three singers, for example, versus a full pipe core and like the mouth music and the pibroch and trying to balance that. I think all the listeners on here will be more than familiar with how loud a pipe band is and try to get that all balanced. So I think we had two sets of microphones, if I remember correctly. So there's one for the night and making the sound, how we wanted it in the auditorium. But then to translate that into the album, you're kind of doing the whole thing again. And like modern microphones as well pick up everything. I remember the first couple of days in the studio, we spent a significant amount of time trying to find, you can hear like doors closing behind the stage and everything. You hear literally everything. So it's taken us a lot longer than anticipated to pull the whole thing together. I think we thought it would be an easy job.
No, it was a task. It was a real task. But it's something we really wanted to do because, you put so much work into a concert like that it's years and years of work and people's time that you want to remember it. So we thought we have to record this and we have to get it out there. We thought what we did was really good on the night. So it was like we want everyone to hear it because obviously not everyone was able to experience it live as well. So it's really cool to spread that around the world, but it's something we wanted to remember as a band, and it was cool to put all of that together.
Yeah, very good. Kerr, certainly your first couple of years are under your belt. You've had great success as leading drummer of People's Ford, Boghall and Bathgate, Caledonia, and Calum. You now have one contest under your belt, which has gone well. And can't help but noticing you're two of the youngest leaders of top elite pipe bands in the world. Do you see in general, a movement towards younger leadership in pipe bands?
Probably yes and no. I mean, I suppose if you look at some of the obvious changes that have happened in recent times, some of certainly Richard Parks must have been quite a bit younger than me when he took over Field Marshal Montgomery. So I think yeah, I'm not sure. Certainly looking at our band, obviously Kerr was particularly young at the time, but I think Ross Harvey must have been roughly the same age as me. About 10 years ago, he took over, and Ross Walker was probably slightly younger than me even. So I think for our band, I've actually no idea for Gordon, but
Yeah.
yeah, I think generally the Grade One bands have got quite a good mix across the age groups, which I think is great to see. I think that's probably part of the reason that there's quite a lot of consistency year to year, particularly at the moment. I think it's quite a steady kind of conveyor belt of some guys retiring, some guys not quite retiring like Ian Simpson that's still hanging on, but a lot of young guys in as well. I think it's a good mix.
I think it all depends on the band as well. Like for us, Callum's been in the pipe sergeant position for such a long time. So the transition, it's not really felt like a transition, to be honest with you. It's just been seamless for Callum. He's been doing a lot within the band for a number of years. So I think it depends on the situation per band, I don't think it's actually to do with age at all. It's who's ready to step up at that moment in time and who's willing to take on that role in what part of people's life that they're in. So I think it's just dependent on the situation.
Yeah, interesting. And of course, Boghall and Bathgate's teaching program over the years, a constant sort of stream of youth coming into the band. You've been doing that for a long time, and certainly you've been a part of that. What about, what can we look forward to for People's Ford, Boghall and Bathgate, Caledonia? Any major concerts coming up, or maybe another recording in the works?
Nothing at the moment, is what we could say. I mean, we're still in the process of waiting for some merchandise and everything arriving from this concert. So I think it'd be good to get maybe certainly this year. Especially since I've just taken over as well to return the focus strictly to the competition field for a bit, and then these concerts they always end up creeping up. We've done Celtic Connections a couple of times in the last few years. So yeah, no doubt we'll do something, but I've not got any imminent plans at the moment for one. But I don't know what you're thinking, Kerr.
I mean, yeah, definitely. The one thing we said after the concert, it was a big focus for us last year, but we were really looking forward to getting back on the competition focus for this season, especially with Calum taking over. So we've been fully right in competition mode this year, and I think the band is absolutely buzzing for the season coming up as well.
And, okay, so we were here to talk about really the album, but while we've got you, Callum, both of you, um, new leadership, you were in the band for a while, but have your eyes been open to different things, becoming pipe major of the band, Callum, so far?
Yeah, I mean, I suppose to the outside world, I think you had it in your article as well. It was a bit of a shock, and it probably felt that way. But Ross and I had a number of conversations over the last few years about it, and he did, he did tell me that he knew he was kind of approaching the end of his tenure, even sort of towards the end of kind of like the lockdowns going into 2022, round about the time round about the time Gordon was planning to retire. So I think the band's always been good for planning the transitions well in advance, and having a smooth, certainly a smooth transition. And hopefully that kind of shows that, although it's a bit strange not having Ross there in the circle anymore. But the band, it feels, as Kerr said, very, very similar to how it felt before. Obviously, I've got some different musical ideas than Ross. There'll be a couple of tweaks to medleys and MSRs this year, but I think we're putting another consistent band out this season.
Care, after a couple of seasons, how are you feeling about everything? You just feel like you've done it forever, or is it still kind of new to you?
Um, it just feels normal to me. Just feels totally normal. Going to band practice twice a week is the best time of the week for me. I absolutely love it. So in terms of the drum corps, we've got a couple of new faces in, nothing wholesale. The band tends to be the same sort of guys year in, year out, just a couple of additions here and there. So it's been nice getting a couple of fresh faces in. And then in terms of working with Calum, it's been business as usual. There's been changes to music which I'm super excited about. Just from a rhythmical point of view and a drum corps point of view, it really suits us and it suits ensemble. Something the band's always been good at is delivering a good ensemble, and that's definitely going to continue. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to getting out there as a band with Callum and the new leadership team in general.
It's as Kerr says, it's kind of business as usual. The band feel, if you look around the faces, I think there's be a couple of recordings out now from Dollar, so I think you'll it's many familiar faces. But no, we're looking forward to getting out. I think we feel like we're in quite a strong position at this point in the season. So yeah, we're just looking forward to getting out now. I mean, it's a strange year in terms of the first championship falling in July. It's certainly, I think it's the latest it's been since I've been playing. I'm not sure if ever. I think we've need to ask someone that's been playing a lot longer, if there's ever been a first major in July before. But yeah, I think as Kerr says, we're just looking forward to get out now. It's been a busy winter trying to wrap up the Cabar Fèidh stuff, and then me kind of getting used to being firmly in the pipe majors role. But yeah, we're just looking forward to getting out now.
Excellent. Well, I'm sure the whole piping and drumming world are looking forward to hearing what you got more of what People's Ford Boghall and Bathgate is up to and what you'll be bringing. So good luck to both of you, and good luck with the sale of the album Cabar Fèidh, which is out now on compact disc, digital download, and vinyl, which is terrific. So thanks again, guys, for taking the time to talk with us. We appreciate it.
No, thanks very much for having us.
Yeah, cheers. Thank you.
All the best.